Hey, what's up guys? It's Stefan CNCO here, and I want to welcome you to this video of timeless traffic, which is going to be the way to use timeless traffic to get free traffic. So this is the free traffic approach. So the general idea here is, first let's just backtrack a little bit. So the timeless traffic model itself works by leveraging influencers on big platforms with big audiences and directing their traffic to your own sites, offers, pages, etc. Generally speaking, you will end up paying the influencer money in exchange for sharing your offers and getting a shout out. However, there is another approach, which is to get the influencer to give you a shout out, basically sending you free traffic by shouting you out without you paying for that traffic. There are a few ways to get this to work, which we will go over in this video. So the first method to consider is free stuff. Basically, this involves offering to send the influencer a sample of a product that you want to showcase or a free copy. Many times, this will be enough for them to shout you out and the product, and sometimes them even wearing the product if you send it to them. Influencers love getting free stuff, so this is one approach that you can take. What's really cool is that sometimes they don't even care about money, and they just want the free stuff. So just to give you an example of this, maybe you're selling dog leashes from AliExpress. You can find an influencer on a platform like Instagram, contact them, and offer to send them a free dog leash in exchange for shouting you out and your dog leashes on their channel. Many influencer owners will be happy you're sending them a free dog leash and will do the shout out just for that. So that's really cool. And what's really cool about that is that they think that they're getting something that is the value you're selling it for, which might be $25, $30, $40, $50, but it might only cost you $1 or $2 or $3 or $4 on AliExpress to send to them. But they don't have to know that. They can look at the price you're selling it for and assume they're getting a $30 to $50 item for free, and in their mind that's even more valuable than getting a shout out for like $10. So that's a really, really powerful way to do this. And if you have digital products, sometimes just giving them a review copy of the digital product will be enough for them to say, okay, that's great. We will basically now, we accept that, and we'll do a shout out for you. So it's another way to do it. It's really, really powerful. So the second way is actually a revenue share. But before I get to that, actually, let me just wrap up method number one. So in short, with method number one, try to find something that you can get. If you're selling something that is cheap, like under $10, that you can send them a sample of and get a shout out, a lot of times that would be really, really great, and they'll go for that. If it's a digital product and it's like a high-end digital product, you can give them a review copy, and usually a lot of times they will be cool with that, and that'll be enough to get them to give you a shout out. Now, another way of doing this, which will be even more incentivizing to the influencer, is a revenue share. I'm so sorry, it just popped up here. I have to remove that. But basically a revenue share. So method number two is another way of getting free traffic up front with the timeless traffic influencer model. The general premise is, instead of paying for the traffic up front, you can offer a revenue share to the influencer. So perhaps 10% of profits, or in many cases on digital products, you can offer as much as 50% of profits. So we actually have an example where we did this, and the way we did it is we had a digital product and we offered a revenue share, and we used a YouTube influencer, and this YouTube influencer actually had over 90,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. So we did get some amazing results working with him, but we do have them blurred out because that's something that we will normally give in our case study pack, which is at timelesstraffic.com/OTO1 if you want to check out the details of that case study. Otherwise, this should give you at least some good ideas of how to go about this. So method number three is called the shout out swap. So the general idea here is that if you have an audience of some sort in the same niche, or maybe even a different niche as an influencer, you can offer to shout them out in exchange for a shout out from them. So basically, it's like, it could be as simple as maybe you have a Facebook page with like 1,000 people on it, and you tell them, hey, I'll shout out your channel, or I'll shout out something of yours on my Facebook page if you give me a shout out on your Instagram page, something like that. It could literally be your Facebook wall with just your regular friends. A lot of times they'll go for that because they'll know that those are real people. So it's just something for you to consider as one way to go about this. But you can get creative in all sorts of different ways. But even if you have an Instagram, YouTube, blog, Pinterest account, doesn't matter. You can use this to your advantage to try to find some other leverage to get them to shout you out for exchange for something else. This is also quite common in blogging, where it's basically called a swap of a guest post, where they have one post linking to your site and then you have one linking to theirs. So it's just another way of doing it. I actually know a guy who got shouted out by Seth Godin, and he's getting tons and tons of from Seth's site. So that's just one example of a way to do this to get amazing results. So that's just basically you can get creative and come up with ways that you can definitely leverage to get free traffic with what we're talking about here. So in summary, I would say start with the revenue share or free samples method if possible. Free samples will be cheap and straightforward. If you have some sort of digital product or even physical products, a revenue share model could be very, very effective. And there's no risk up front for you since the influencer is basically just sending you free traffic, and it's like you guys are doing a swap. So there are plenty of affiliate platforms out there you can use to build your affiliate program, depending on what you're selling. And basically there are endless possibilities. So at the end of the day, I hope you found that helpful and gave you the information you need to go out there and start using the timeless traffic model to get free shoutouts. And I hope you found this valuable. Just make sure you're taking action. I will see you in another video.